Welcome to Keep On Casting. We're out of Bayou DuLarge today, fishing with Capt Bill Lake, Bayou Guide Service. We're fishing for redfish up in the marsh. I've got a vibrating swim jig. Bill's got a good old standby cork with a shrimp on it. See who catches the most. So y'all stay tuned for a good show. Folks, it's always fun to come out here and fish with Bill Lake. We always have a great time. Beautiful day like today, catching nice redfish, can't beat it.
Anybody that knows me, they know that I'm a big speckled trout fan. That's how I make my living. But I tell you what, there's nothing gives me more pleasure until you get a 7-8 pound redfish, pulling on your line, stretching that line, and you know, it's nothing like it. In this pro drive boat, these surface drives are a lot of fun. And coming back here in these ponds and this broken marsh, we can get to so many places we can't access with the bay boats. We spend a lot of November, December, and January back here and do really well with speckled trout, flounder, sheep's head, drum, and of course, redfish. And customers get to see a different perspective too than just bringing them out in open water. We've really come along pretty well the last few years with introducing customers to this type of fishing, and we get a lot of feedback from it and a lot of calls. So it's been beneficial.
Hooked up, hooked up. Oh yeah. On a net? That's a keeper. Yeah, we'll net him if you want.
Couldn't resist that shrimp under a cork in that.
Pretty fish.
And that right there, my boy, is the average size of the fish that we've been catching back here.
Perfect, man, that's perfect.
We catch a lot of fish on these points. And, you know, the reason points are so good to fish, you usually have, you know, moving water. One side of the point has eddies where the fish can get in, in slack water and, you know, ambush bait fish. So, you know, points break up the current, and it's just a natural attraction, you know, for redfish and, I mean, even bass and whatever, you know. So, you know, sometimes we'll come in these ponds and all we'll do is target points, one point to the next, catch 3 or 4 fish on every point until you limit out. Hooked up. Oh.
Same point, boy. Whoo! There he is. Hey, like that little vibrating swim jig, huh?
Yes, sir.
No mess, no fuss. Thanks, sir.
Nice little eater right there.
Homemade bait. Mr. Gary Rouse. That's a bass bait, huh, Gary?
It is. That's for your redfish.
Yeah, just a little jig with a little, it's like a little planer. I guess it's a vibrator. There he is. Hooked up. Keeper, huh? Oh, I'm gonna have to switch.
Golden pumpkins.
Oh yeah.
Another pretty one.
Woo. What kind of cork is that right there?
That's a 4 horseman cork made by, right here in South Louisiana, by Captain Aaron Pierce. Been a lot of hype about him on the internet. Looks like everybody that fishes in South Louisiana is throwing them right now, Bo. You can see it's kind of beat up because we've had more fish come up and slam the cork than the shrimp underneath it. So, you know, this one's kind of beat up and you can tell they've been hitting it pretty good. But, you know, it's a good product and we'll use it from time to time. I'm not much of a cork fisherman, but this one's kind of made a believer out of me, but I like to feel the tap. I like the tight line fish. This 4 horseman's working pretty good today.
Yeah, you're doing pretty good.
We're gonna stay with it a while.
Don't make me switch. The marsh looks healthy up in here.
Well, you know, DuLarge, one of the few areas that still got what I would refer to like as a pristine marsh. I mean, we don't have any diseases killing our grass like in a lot of areas. I'm sure you've been seeing about the roseau scale.
Right.
All of our roseaus are healthy, and you know, it's a nice estuary back here.
You seen a lot of deterioration in the marsh back here? It hadn't been bad.
The further north you go, it hadn't been that bad, but on the south end, there's a lot that's not there anymore that was there 10 years ago. So yeah, you know, it's working its way north.
Oh, there you go.
Every year. I'm not even paying attention.
You got one there, buddy. There you go.
I'm gonna get out here and drop the towel in here for a minute and sit on this point. We've been doing pretty good here lately.
Ooh, that's a pretty one right there. So you can see how pretty this fish is. Pretty golden color. Nice, healthy fish. The water's nice and dark, clear, got good visibility.
Yeah, as long as the wind don't blow, and you know, when it kicks up to about 15, it gets kind of cloudy, especially in the bigger areas like we're in right now. That's why we're trying to work this bank before it gets too windy. But yeah, I mean, the water back here is black. I mean, these fish come out, they're golden orange, Halloween orange, pumpkin orange, whatever you want to call it. Really pretty. Even the fins get, you know, real orange this time of the year. But that pond fishing, we love it.
Put him in the chest, boy. All right.
You know Grafton Dermatology as one of Louisiana's premier skincare and skin cancer treatment centers. Grafton Dermatology will bring your beautiful body to its healthy fullest. Grafton Dermatology provides advanced treatment for all skin conditions, repairing, healing, enhancing. Grafton Dermatology, defining healthier skin and beautiful bodies for over 15 years.
La Tour Golf Club, the region's leading residential golfing community, is nestled amid beautiful landscaped greens and peaceful lakes. The 18-hole 72-par course was designed by PGA Tour champion David Toms. Golfers can enjoy the fully stocked golf pro shop, driving range, and putting greens. The family can also enjoy La Tour Bar and Grill, which offers delicious cuisine. The Bayou region's premier golfing community. Live the life with La Tour.
Keep On Castin is sponsored by the Prop Shop. We're more than just props. Abu Garcia, built for life. Pin, let the battle begin.
Oh, look up. There he is.
There he is. All right.
Caught that on a chatterbait.
Best eating.
Yeah, that's the best kind. But I don't think he'll make it. We'll let him go.
Grow a little bit.
That's encouraging.
That ain't much, whatever it is. That ain't nothing. Little throwback. Like to see a bunch of those juvenile reds, though. There's no shortage of them back here.
Get off of me.
Whoa, let me get back on this end.
You good, you good?
Oh, look at that doormat flounder. Let's get the net. Okay, ready? Get him. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, baby.
Hammer, dude.
Woo, woo, woo. That's what you call a doormat right there, my man. Pretty.
Pretty fish,
That's a southern flounder.
So we were up in Cape Cod, and they were explaining the difference between a southern flounder and a fluke. And a fluke has his eyes on the other side. And other than that, it's just a big flounder. You can put him in an ice box.
Oh, there he is. Look up. Get him, Bo. Look up. Oh, yeah. Probably make it.
You might make it. Make the box. So we got a nice little redfish here. I'm fishing a medium, light medium action rod. So they fight pretty good on that. But that's little Bo's rod. I just grabbed it. What you fishing with, Bill?
Bo, I don't buy anything but medium heavies. And although we're not really slamming the redfish and slinging them in, I like a little bit more backbone to the rod I use. Plus, we do a lot of trout fishing with double rigs, and with them little light ones, you can't sling them in the boat because the rod bends in half. So I've always found that medium heavy works better for me. We've been beating the banks of the bigger ponds, and now it's getting a little choppy. Normally, under normal water conditions, you can't even get in there. So now with the water being pushed up 1.5 feet above normal, we're gonna go in some of them shallow spots and see if we can find some.
Got a fish on. Come on, be a big one. And I spike like a red.
Redfish. Oh, look how orange he is. Cool, look at that.
So that one, we just hitting this bank, this wind-driven bank, popping those corks. I was actually starting to reel in and he hit it. Pretty fish. So Bill, this one's a lot more orange than the rest. I know it has something to do with watercolor. What is it?
I don't know if you noticed, but that little pond we just drifted through, it's almost crystal clear in there. The clearer the water, the darker the fish.
So that's muddy water, they're gonna be light colored.
Yeah, they kind of take on the characteristic of the water they're in. If it's a little off-colored, the fish will be off-colored. But that little pond's crystal clear, and every fish you catch is gonna look like that.
Boy, that's pretty. Pretty fish. I believe someone's got it. There he is. All right. Fighting good, stay away from that. Low, go.
What we got? Got a little fish on?
Oh, there he is, the prisoner fish.
Little drum?
Little drum, little drum. At least we're having some other fish bite right now. It's been kind of slow. We've been working these banks. That's a nice little drum. I believe they got to be 16 inches too, huh, Bill?
Yep. 16.
You ain't gonna make it. Pretty little fish. So we beat the banks. Bill's still throwing a gold spoon. He picked up 2. I picked up 1 on the shrimp. And we're gonna keep hammering them. Hopefully they'll turn on a little bit. The tide's about as high as it's gonna be right now, and it should start dropping. Maybe that'll turn them on. Got a nice little 15-mile-an-hour wind out here that's a little bit tough to fish in, but not too bad up in the marsh. So y'all stay tuned for a commercial break.
Skin cancer is the most common cancer in the United States. In fact, more skin cancers are diagnosed each year than all other cancers combined. Most skin cancers are caused by too much exposure to the sun. The good news is that you can do a lot to protect yourself. Catch skin cancer early so that it can be treated effectively. Finding it early is the best way to make sure it can be treated with success. Call Grafton Dermatology for a consultation.
Latour Golf Club, the region's leading residential golfing community, is nestled amid beautiful landscaped greens and peaceful lakes. The 18-hole 72-par course was designed by PGA Tour champion David Toms. Golfers can enjoy the fully stocked golf pro shop, driving range, and putting greens. The family can also enjoy Latour Bar and Grill, which offers delicious cuisine. The Bayou region's premier golfing community. Live the life with Latour.
Keep on Casting Cooking is brought to you by Rouse's. Fresh food, fresh daily.
Hi, welcome to the Rouse's Test Kitchen here at Keep on Casting. I'm Chef Marc Ardoin. Today we're going to be doing an easy, entertaining baked brie on croute. Super simple to make. You only need a few ingredients that you can pick up here at your local Rouse's. So I'm going to start off, lightly flour your workstation so the puff pastry that you're going to get does not stick. Got a regular frozen puff pastry dough that we're going to flatten out here on our workstation. A little bit of flour on top of that, and a little bit on our rolling pin. And we're just going to roll this out to a nice little rectangle. It's going to be cold, so you're going to have to put a little bit of pressure on it. See how the pastry is not sticking to the countertop or to the rolling pin? That's what that flour does for it. Turn it on its side. Roll this out just a little bit more. and we're gonna put our topping down first. So today we've got our Terrapin Farms hot pepper bacon jam that you can get down in our specialty cheese department. We're gonna put that right down on the center of that puff pastry. Spread it out. This has got a really nice smoky flavor to it, a little bit of sweetness to it. Even though it says hot pepper, it's not really a spicy jam. We're gonna take our wheel of La Bonne Vie Brie, little 8-ounce Brie, and set that right on top. And then we're gonna start folding over our sides. And the puff pastry dough can stretch, so don't be afraid to pull on it. All right, we've got our first sides down. I'm gonna take a little small paring knife and just cut away some of the extra dough that you don't need. And we're gonna pull those edges back a little bit. Tuck them in, flatten them out, right underneath there. All right, so we're wrapped and ready to go. We're gonna take a little bit of pan spray, lightly spray your pan, pick up the Brie, and flip it over. Now at this point, if you wanna take a cookie cutter or something like that with the extra dough, you can cut out a little shape like a fleur-de-lis if you're having a Saints game or something like that, and you can place that right on top. And after the next step, it'll stick nice to it. So we're gonna take a little bit of egg wash. I've just got a beaten egg right here with a little pastry brush. We're just gonna brush the top of the puff pastry lightly with a little bit of the egg wash. What that's gonna do is the protein that's in the egg is gonna help this puff pastry get a really great golden brown color to it. So you wanna make sure you get every little bit that's showing. Now if your puff pastry or your cheese starts to get a little warm because it's taking you a little while, just go ahead and pop it right back in the refrigerator for about 15 to 20 minutes. Everything will get nice and tight again. You'll be good to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the oven at 400 degrees. We're gonna bake it off for about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on your oven. Convection oven's gonna go a little bit faster, so around 30 minutes. Regular home oven, close to the 45-minute mark. So we're gonna go ahead and put that in right now. So now that we've got our Brie out of the oven, we're gonna go ahead and plate it up. So we're gonna take a little fish spatula, pick it up off the tray, just set it on your serving platter. To go along with it, we've got a couple of buttered toffee pecans that we got out of our produce department. We're just gonna plate those up. This goes really, really well with the creaminess of the cheese. You get a nice crunch off of them. They've got a nice sweet flavor. The pecans play very well off the bacon and the peppers in the bacon jam. Final product, we can go ahead and cut it, and then your guests are gonna enjoy this. They're gonna ask you for the recipe, but tell them it's something that you only make, and you only learned how to make it here on Keep On Casting.
Skin cancer is the most common cancer in the United States. In fact, more skin cancers are diagnosed each year than all other cancers combined. Most skin cancers are caused by too much exposure to the sun. The good news is that you can do a lot to protect yourself. Catch skin cancer early so that it can be treated effectively. Finding it early is the best way to make sure it can be treated with success. Call Grafton Dermatology for a consultation.
Latour Golf Club, the region's leading residential golfing community, is nestled amid beautiful landscaped greens and peaceful lakes. The 18-hole 72-par course was designed by PGA Tour champion David Toms. Golfers can enjoy the fully stocked golf pro shop, driving range, and putting greens. The family can also enjoy Latour Bar and Grill, which offers delicious cuisine. The Bayou region's premier golfing community. Live the life with Latour.
Closed captioning provided by Humdinger Lures, the bass catchingest lures on the planet.
Hit him. Boy, he took it. Coming straight to you, huh? That's why we're losing them.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Another little keeper.
Boy, he nailed it. I didn't even think I had him on there.
That was another case of the cork. When it hit the water, it never stopped.
No.
It's like they see it coming.
So that one, boy, he tagged it right when the cork hit the water. I was reeling as fast as I could. He was coming toward the boat, and I just kept reeling, kept reeling, kept reeling. Finally, I caught up with him. Pretty little redfish in here. That one will definitely make 16 inches. Like I said, the wind's kind of blowing. We just drifting this bank. Bill switched to a gold spoon, trying to get a little more action. They're not biting really great, but we're picking up a few here and there. That'll do.
Oh, there he is.
Hooked up, hooked up. Oh, that's a fighter right there.
Get off that bank. Oh, whoa.
Woo! That's a nice one. Oh, look how fat he is. Oh, God, here you go. Oh, that's a pretty fish.
Boy, that fish just kept coming and coming and coming and coming. I couldn't reel fast enough, dude.
Same thing, huh?
You know, they know they hooked. They trying to come to you and shake that head and spit it, but boy, look how orange that one is.
Yeah, it's pretty fish. Pretty fish.
That's where they at, man. They laying up in these little shallow holes where the bay boats can't get to. Got to have a surface drive to get up in spots like this with 8, 10 inches of water.
Nice redfish, boy. That's the perfect eating size right there. You get much bigger than that, they start kind of getting tough and a little bit sour.
Redfish always forage along the edge of the shorelines, you know, and a lot of these banks are cutaway. A lot of those fish can actually get under the bank. That's why it's important to get that bait right on the grass line, because they'll come out from under it and ambush it. You can see that on low tide, but a day like today, you really can't see it.
Got one messing with it.
There he is.
There he is.
Whoa, look at that one.
Hooked up, hooked up. Get out your way.
Submarine, baby, submarine.
Good one, bud.
This is what out-of-towners come for right here, man. Them people, them Yankees from up north, that's what they want right here. They don't come for trout, they come for these, and you can see why, because, you know, they pull so hard and they fight. I take people out, we go catch trout, you know, 1.5 2 pound trout. Next day you bring them red fishing, they don't want nothing to do with trout fishing the next day. Another nice little eater.
Oh, hooked up, hooked up. There he is.
Where's he at? In the channel.
Right in the channel. Right in the middle, huh?
In the channel, baby. In the channel, right where he was supposed to be.
All right. That's a pretty one right there, boy. That's a big fish.
In the channel, baby. Boy, and he ate it too. He's all the way down in the crusher. A lot of times when I have charters and I'm fishing back here and we need just 1 or 2 fish, this little channel right here, I can come, this is my go-to place. Usually we can come here and finish it up. They had one anyway.
He nailed it, huh?
He annihilated it. I really thought we were going to have an easier day. We've been coming back here and catching 15, 20 fish by 9 o'clock every day, and today we're having to work for them, but you know, that's just the way it is. Some days are better than others, and it could be worse. We couldn't be catching anything at all, but as you can see, we got a nice box of little pumpkins in there. We're going to continue to beat the banks and look for a few more of these boys.
Hooked up. Get him, boy. Another one. Woo! Bill's killing me with the gold spoon. That's all right. All right. Good job, dude.
Right in the middle of the channel again. Maybe that's not where they're supposed to be, but we'll take them.
That's a nice one.
Got that blue tail. See the blue tail?
Uh-huh.
That's the first fish we've caught today with that blue tail. Old timers say when they got the blue tails, they feeding heavy.
Maybe they're turning on, bro.
I don't know. Oh.
Hooked up. Oh. You got to swing him in. I got a fish.
Little rat red. Right there under the boat.
Slow, huh?
Yep.
That's a pretty one. He might make 16.
We'll measure him and see. Blue tail, 15 inches. See the blue tail?
Uh-huh.
All right, Bo, I ain't throwing that no more. I'm gonna let you throw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw on the other side now. I'm gonna catch him on this side.
Catch him
this
over
time.
there, that's good. Hooked up.
Get him, baby, get him.
Oh yeah, finally. Humdinger, boy, humdinger.
Humdinger.
He hit it and came back and got it again.
I don't see nothing. Oh, there he is.
Oh yeah.
I thought you had an old shoe.
Yeah, he's a good one.
Woo! At this point, they all good.
Get out in that boat, boy.
Let him get in that trolling motor. Oh yeah.
That's a pretty fish, boy. Woo!
Humdinger. That's right.
All right. Boy, he nailed it. He hit it once, came back and hit it again. Humdinger lures right there, boys. Just throwing it out there and slow rolling it. That's a pretty redfish. Well, folks, we had a great day fishing, caught some nice redfish. Always good to come down here, the home of Terrebonne area, fish this nice marsh. Thank you, Capt Bill Lake, Bayou Guide Service.
Anytime, man.
Great time. As always, we want to thank our military, and until next time, keep
on
on casting.
So go figure. Boudreaux and Thibodeau are both pastors in a town where the churches are right across the street from each other. So one day they hammered in some signs in the yard that says the end is near. Turn yourself around before it's too late. Next thing you know, a car comes flying by, hollers out the window, "You religious nuts!" Then they hear screech and badooch in the water. Thibodeau looks at Boudreaux, he says, "You know, maybe the sign should have just said, bridge was out."
Quand je me sens paré, je connais ailleurs je peux aller pour boire un coup avec tous mes amis. J'suis gonna la Blue, c'est le club d'être à Lafayette. J'suis gonna la Blue, j'suis gonna la Blue. C'est beau danser avec tous les jolies filles. J'suis gonna la Blue Moon, j'suis gonna la Blue Moon. Oui, moi je danse avec les filles. Oui, c'est juste pour m'amuser.